So The Hollywood Reporter is reporting that 50 Shades of Grey stars Dakota Johnson and Jamie Dornan are asking the studio for seven-figure raises for the next two films in the 50 Shades series. According to the report, both actors made a base salary of $250,000 for the first film and are looking for the type of raise that Jennifer Lawrence got for The Hunger Games, when the actress made $500,000 for the first Hunger Games film and then $10 million for Catching Fire. John, considering 50 Shades made $528 million at the worldwide box office, do you buy or sell that Dakota Johnson and Jamie Dornan deserve Jennifer Lawrence-type raises for the next films?
Sell. Totally sell. Now, I buy the notion that they deserve raises. Now, they've already signed a deal. They've got a 3-picture deal. So, I mean, if the studio really wanted to be dicks about it, they say no. But you're going to see them get a raise. But these numbers that the report I read was like anonymously quoting like representatives of the actor saying they're looking for like a Jennifer Lawrence type of deal, right? 10 million. Well, here's the problem. I'm sorry. Jamie Dornan is not Jennifer Lawrence. Nor is Dakota Johnson. Now, Dakota Johnson, she surprised a lot of people. She was actually pretty good in 50 Shades. And I didn't think Dornan was terrible either. But let's call it what it is. Ain't nobody went to see 50 Shades of Grey for Dakota Johnson. Nobody went to go see 50 Shades of Grey for Dornan. They weren't the draw. People were going to go see that if, the movie starred me and John Schnepp. I mean, that movie still would have made $50 million opening weekend.
That meme scares me.
And then
I would demand a raise for the second one myself. Yeah, I would.
And if you thought a 70% drop off for 50 Shades was bad, wait till you see the drop off of that one. But I mean, nobody went to go see it for you. And here's the thing. Unlike the Jennifer Lawrence situation, where Jennifer Lawrence was already an Academy-nominated actress, people were psyched that she was going to be in the role. She embodied the movie. She now became the representation, and people loved her in Hunger Games. A lot of people crediting that why it worked was because of her. And therefore, she stands in a position where she has earned and deserves like a bigger bump. Nobody went to go see this movie because of these two. And anybody who does go back, remember, this movie took a 70% drop from week 1 to week 2, which means there wasn't massive word of mouth and there weren't people going back for massive, repeat viewings. So it's just no. A raise, yes. The movie made too much money not to get a raise. Jennifer Lawrence type of money? Are you insane? No, I sell. Schnepp?
Well, I just got to say, if 50 Shades of Schnepp came out, I think the second week would be like 10% raise. It would be like word of mouth would be like, you've got to see this movie. But as far as them getting $10 million, I think, you know what, if I was the dude who was like, man, I made Shades of Grey, I took these relatively unknown actors and actresses, we all made $700 million. You got paid $250,000 to be in this like slap me around kind of weird sex fest. Technically not a porno.
Someone's going to make a t-shirt, slap me around, weird fest. Kind of sex fest.
But I would say, look, man, I know you're asking for $10 million. Here's $4 million. And then they would be like, awesome, jump around and stuff. And then if the second one makes a ton of money, just like the first one, you get that 10 for the third. It's just like, I wouldn't just be like 10 million, but yeah, they should make, $250,000, they made $700 million. It'd be weird to have a sequel without those two people, even though I didn't even see the 50 Shades of Grey movie. I know that if I did see it, then the second one came out, it would feel like a direct to video. Like if it didn't have the original stars in it, it would just be like, oh, they didn't care about it. It's just it's a perception thing now. So
I sell it. I sell it big. One of the things about Jennifer Lawrence also, like you said, is that I do think people would have went and seen Hunger Games regardless if she was in it or not, but she elevated it.
Yeah, and got the repeat viewers
absolutely.
And got the loyalty.
Because Katniss became that much more of a character to people who, besides people who just read the book, because they know her as Katniss. And you could have put, I don't know about necessarily Schnepp and Campia, but other people in those roles that could have been a lot of fun.
Now that you said that, Harloff, I think actually Schnepp and Campia.
Yeah. But if you switched it up, it was very Twilight. It was the same thing what happened with Twilight. They accepted them in the roles, and people started to get the fandom. It was like 5 or 6 movies. But the other thing is, I also sell it because that's the agent's fault. Because guess what? This was a best-selling novel. It was off the shelves like junk food. People were getting this, and you knew it was going to do big money. So for your clients, sign them for the one deal, and if it hits a certain amount of money, make sure they get a guarantee of this. Then you don't have to go, oh, well, we're renegotiating. Right. It should be guaranteed in their second movie. If it hits a certain certain number. What are you doing? That's the agent's fault. So sell it. Give them, I don't know.
I'll tell you what the agent was thinking. And the producer of the film made a comment about this, and it's like he was bang on. The producer of the movie said, well, look, here's the thing, this franchise is going to be a star maker. These actors, he was talking about Johnson and Dornan, said these actors now are going to be able to go on in their careers and get much bigger paydays for the next few films because they were in a big, massive international blockbuster like 50 Shades. Right. Now, whether they gave enough performances to really earn that, whatever, but that's probably what the agent was thinking.
Yeah,
if I get my client in this movie, it's going to open up all these other movies.
I agree with you, but I also think that's silly though, based on what the
you're
material
right. You're
is.
still right.
Because
yeah.
that material, like same thing with someone thinking about with Twilight. That's not how the business works anymore. Right. And a lot of people do think that way. Because I had someone text me, "Oh, this is going to open up a lot of opportunities now with Jamie Dornan." No, it's not. He's getting panned for the most part about how Wooden is. He'll get in auditions more, but he's not going to get those big roles. Like, who do you think they're going to give it to? Tom Hardy or Jamie Dornan?
Chris Hemsworth. What was that movie called that just came out?
Where he's the hacker.
Yeah, the black hat. Black hat. Yeah.
See, could barely remember what it's called.
Exactly.
But didn't know it came and went.
So it's not guaranteed for sure. And I think that that was a silly move. I think they should have guaranteed it because you knew it was going to make this kind of money. You don't know when Jamie Dornan and Dakota Johnson are going to be in movies like this again. This can be lightning
Plus,
in a
you're
bottle.
forgetting Jennifer Lawrence was in Winter's Bone. She was already like, wow, who's that actress?
Exactly.
She's incredible. Then won an Oscar while she was making the Hunger Games.
And she recovered from House at the end of the street or whatever.
Right, that was just just released that.
I think that was a movie that was like sitting on a shelf for a while. Just like, oh, wait a minute, now she's famous. Let's put this out.
Yeah.
Hey everyone, if you liked this video, click that thumbs up button and make sure to subscribe to our AMC Movie News YouTube channel. It's free and helps you stay up to date with all the latest movie news, as well as our daily AMC movie talk show. Also, make sure that you follow us on Facebook and Twitter to stay up to date with all of our special promotions, contests, and prize giveaways.